So upon authenticating using GitHub or Discord, a user will be able in their dashboard to create an invoice. Now this invoice can carry metadata like a title of the invoice, a description, a recipient address, and this will be the address that gets paid out on the invoice. So this should be an address you control if you are accepting payments on behalf of yourself. Then you can define billable items here. So item 1, add an optional description, and then an amount of ADA. Now when creating this invoice, it will generate a invoice URL that you can submit to your clients. So I have an invoice already created with an ID of 1. So I will send this invoice to my clients so they can go and check out invoices ID 1. Now you'll see some metadata about the invoice. For example, you have every item that you've defined, billable item, and you also have here I chose to add a subtraction, a fee coverage invoice. Now, if they do have a Cardano web wallet in their browser, and again, this is all on mainnet production, it will allow them to connect. So I have already connected my wallet, it already enabled, but I will submit a quick JavaScript puzzle, and then I will confirm this transaction. It looks correct to me. Everything looks good to me. So from address 1.52 ADA. Sounds good. I'll sign this transaction. And upon signing the transaction, our backend, we will submit this transaction to our backend, and it will submit on behalf of them. And then our backend will handle all the logistics in keeping track of the success and failure of this transaction. So from the user's perspective, if they wish, they can go to Cardano scan. We can search up this transaction, and it looks like this transaction went through. You can see that everything looks correct from the transaction, and the invoice should now be paid. So that's great. Good job. Thanks for paying the invoice, right? So the goal of this project is to simplify billing, invoices, and SaaS payments using Cardano as a base. So as you can see here, future plans for this include SaaS payments. So this would be a Stripe-like API for software as a service to accept payments on the Cardano blockchain. And also Payroll. This would be companies willing to pay their employees using Cardano as a base. So if they have a globalized team and they don't feel like paying hefty transaction fees or wire transfer fees or dealing with different regulations, then they can skip it all and pay out in ADA. This project is definitely in the early stages, but this is just something that I want to demonstrate.